Extra virgin olive oil occupies a prestigious position in nutritional science, particularly in the context of the Mediterranean diet, which has been associated with reduced Alzheimer's risk in multiple large epidemiological studies. When we examine olive oil specifically for its relationship to ND plus metabolism and brain health, the evidence is genuinely compelling, though as always, we need to distinguish between correlation and causation and discuss some practical concerns. The beneficial compounds in extra virgin olive oil extend beyond the monounsaturated fat content. Yes, oleic acid, the primary fatty acid in olive oil, supports cellular membrane health, including mitochondrial membranes where ND+ facilitates energy production. But extra virgin olive oil also contains polyphenol, particularly oleocanthal and oleuropein, which have potent anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. These compounds activate cellular stress resistance pathways and reduce the inflammatory processes that accelerate NAD+ consumption. There's particularly interesting research on oleocanthal, which has structural similarity to ibuprofen and appears to have anti-inflammatory effects through similar mechanisms. Neuroinflammation is a major driver of Alzheimer's pathology, and compounds that reduce inflammation may help slow disease progression. Some studies suggest oleocanthal may also help clear beta-amyloid plaques, though this research is preliminary and mainly conducted in cell cultures and animal models. The connection to ND+ metabolism is primarily about creating a favorable metabolic environment. By reducing oxidative stress and inflammation, olive oil polyphenol help preserve NAD+ that would otherwise be consumed by stress response enzymes. Additionally, the healthy fats in olive oil support mitochondrial membrane integrity, allowing more efficient energy production from available NAD+. However, let's discuss some critical complications with olive oil that rarely get adequate attention in the wellness conversation. First, fraud is rampant in the olive oil industry. Studies have found that a significant percentage of olive oils labeled extra virgin don't meet the chemical and sensory standards for that designation. Some contain refined olive oil or are adulterated with cheaper vegetable oils. You might think you're buying extra virgin olive oil with all its beneficial polyphenol, but you're actually getting something quite different. Authentic extra virgin olive oil should have a fresh, slightly bitter taste with a peppery finish. That peppery sensation is actually the polyphenol. If your olive oil tastes mild and buttery, it's probably not authentic extra virgin oil regardless of what the label claims. High-quality extra virgin olive oil is expensive, typically $20 or more per bottle, and price is often an indicator of quality. Cheap olive oil at $5 per bottle is almost certainly not authentic extra virgin. The oxidation issue is also critical. The polyphenol and healthy fats in olive oil are susceptible to degradation from light, heat, and oxygen exposure. Olive oil stored in clear glass bottles on bright store shelves has likely lost significant amounts of its beneficial compounds before you even purchase it. Dark glass bottles or tins are preferable. Once opened, olive oil should be used within a few months and stored in a cool, dark place. That bottle that's been sitting open on your counter for 6 months is not providing the same benefits as fresh oil. There's also confusion about cooking with olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil has a lower smoke point than refined oils, typically around 375 to 405 degrees Fahrenheit, depending on quality. Heating it beyond its smoke point causes the polyphenol to degrade and can create oxidized compounds that are actually inflammatory. For high-heat cooking, olive oil isn't ideal. It's best used for low-heat cooking, finishing dishes, or salad dressings where you preserve its beneficial compounds. The caloric density cannot be ignored. Olive oil contains 120 calories per tablespoon, and it's very easy to overconsume. Some dietary advice suggests consuming multiple tablespoons daily, which could add 360 to 600 calories to someone's diet. For people struggling with weight management, which affects metabolic health and Alzheimer's risk, this additional caloric load could be counterproductive. The Mediterranean diet studies that show brain health benefits include olive oil as one component of an overall dietary pattern that also includes lots of vegetables, fish, moderate wine consumption, social eating, and lower consumption of processed foods and red meat. Attributing the benefits solely to olive oil is reductionist. You can't just add olive oil to an otherwise unhealthy diet and expect Mediterranean diet benefits. The environmental and ethical considerations are also worth mentioning. Increased global demand for olive oil has led to intensive farming practices that may not be sustainable. Some olive oil production involves exploitation of migrant workers. These broader considerations don't negate the health benefits, but they're part of the complete picture. For people on blood-thinning medications, the vitamin K in olive oil, though present in smaller amounts than in leafy greens, could potentially affect medication effectiveness with very high consumption. The realistic recommendation would be 1 to 3 tablespoons of genuine extra virgin olive oil daily, used primarily for low-heat cooking, salad dressings, and finishing dishes. It should be purchased in dark bottles or tins from reputable sources, used within a few months of opening, and stored properly away from light and heat. In conclusion, extra virgin olive oil offers substantial support for brain health through anti-inflammatory polyphenol and healthy fats that create a favorable metabolic environment for NAD+ function. However, quality matters enormously, and the benefits depend on using authentic, properly stored oil in appropriate ways.